Hello and welcome to Dream Life Designer, where I help you make your dreams a reality. I'm Lauren, and in this video you will learn what to do when you don't know how to get started achieving a dream. I come out with new videos every week, so subscribe below and click on the bell to turn on notifications so you're the first to know about them. Sometimes in life, you know your dream, you know where you want to go, and you know where you're starting right now, but you have no idea how to get from here to here and what goes in between. So what do? How do you get started if you don't know what to do? Your first step is to research. It's to be a learner and a student. You need to go out and you need to find people who have already achieved that goal, who are living that dream. And I said people, not just person. So look for people, more than one person. And when you find them, look at what things do they have in common. Did they all take similar steps to get to where they are now? Did they all make certain connections with people? Did they need to find certain organizations that they joined and get certain connections? Did they have to learn certain skills to get there? Also look at how long did it take them? What kind of growth is expected? What kind of progress is expected to get there? Is it a really quick thing that they were all able to achieve quickly? Or is it something that most of them, it took quite a while to get there and a lot of persistence to get there? Also, what did they overcome to get there? Were there challenges and struggles in common that all of them faced? So you want to look for those things that they have in common, all of the steps that got them from point A to point B, and then look at how you can apply those in your life. When you're looking for this group of people to study, you first want to look for people that you know or that you could get to know. So that could be friends of yours, it might be a local group, like if you're interested in maybe real estate, wanting to do investment real estate, you could look and see, is there a local group of people that are already involved in investment real estate that I could go and kind of sit in and listen in and then meet some of those people? Once you've identified some people that you know or you could get to know, then take the time to meet with them, take them out for coffee, and pick their brain about it. And people are really happy to share their information. People like to share their knowledge and help others. So even if it's someone you don't even know that well, it's very likely that they'd be happy to share with you what it is that took them from point A to point B. There's also a lot of pride in getting from point A to point B. So by interviewing these people and asking them questions, it actually makes them feel good too. They're getting something out of it because they're being reminded of all the things they've accomplished and that it's something that other people are interested in, that it's something that impresses other people, that other people want to learn from. So don't be afraid to meet up with someone and pick their brain about how they've reached their accomplishments. And when you do, I'm going to give you some questions here that might be helpful. Definitely come up with your own questions too. Depending on what it is you're trying to achieve, those questions can change. But here are some that in most situations would work. First off, just ask them what steps they took. Ask them about their journey on how they got to where they are now. Then ask them, what do they wish they had known when they started, before they got underway? Is there anything they wish they had known then that they know now that would have made it easier for them? You can ask them straight out, what advice do you have for me as I pursue this goal? Or you could ask, what do you advise I do to get started? What do you wish you'd done sooner? What were some of the biggest challenges you faced that you had to overcome? Another great question is, what do you wish you hadn't wasted time on? That'll save you a lot of trouble if that's a common thing that they all come up with, that they all felt they wasted time on. And you can ask them, from your experience, what advice do you have for someone wanting to achieve the same goal? Those are some great starter questions to get the conversation rolling. Do you have other questions that would be great to ask, or maybe ones you've used in the past that could be useful? If you do, please share them below. That way we can all use them and benefit from them too, and we're starting out on something new that we're not sure how to achieve. Also, in addition to meeting with people in person, or if you can't find anybody in person to meet with for your specific dream, then another great way to research and learn from people is to read. To look for books or audiobooks if you don't have time to sit down and actually read it. There's lots of time you could listen to a book in your car, washing dishes, going for a run. Look for audiobooks or books that are by people who have achieved what you want to achieve. And again, not just one book, but listen to many, many different books to see those patterns there. The same kinds of things I talked about that you would do for people in person as well. Unfortunately, you can't interview these people because it's a book, but you can try and look for, do they answer those questions in their book? Those questions that I was just sharing, you can look and see if you can find answers for those in the book that you're reading. Look specifically for those things and other patterns you're seeing. Once you're starting to get a feel from these people you've been researching on what the effective steps are to take to achieve your dream, then start mapping out in your life, what does that look like? What steps do you need to take to get there? And then start applying them. Now, one important thing to keep in mind is to not spend too long on your research. You don't want to spend so much time on your research that you never get to actually taking any steps yourself. So try to get that research in quick. Try to quickly, in a really short amount of time, find some people, identify some people, get to know them, read some books, or listen to audiobooks, and really consolidate that to a short amount of time so you can find steps to start taking right away. And maybe you don't have it all mapped out yet, but as you start to see some patterns, okay, most of them are already saying start with this, or most of them started with this and this was productive for them, get started on one of those things right away. Even if you're still doing more research into the other steps you need to take, don't put off taking action on it until you finish all of your research, until you've met with hundreds of people. Don't do that. Make sure you get started right away. Also, in addition to giving you direction on steps to take, talking to other people who've achieved what you want to achieve is also just really motivating to know I can get there. These people started off somewhere else too, and now they're there. I can get there too. So use that as a motivation to get you going, to reach that dream, and to live the life that you're dreaming of. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it and share it with a friend. Also remember to subscribe if you haven't yet and click on the bell to turn on notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.